Listen, let's be clear. I'm okay with people getting justice, but what I'm not okay with is a total takedown for simply wanting to be famous. And this is what this lawyer is trying to do. Tony Buzbee. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? I'm going to go ahead and drop the link because I'm not going to read the chat too much because I just kind of want to say what I have to say. And then anybody have any dispute, instead of going back and forth in the chat, just click the link and speak your mind. I'd rather have that. This link is for everybody who disagrees with AT2. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it. Shout out to Patrice. I see her in the chat. Thank you. I had a great conversation. And, it wasn't. Here's the thing. I know I make the joke about her being anti-black. It was just a joke. I don't actually think that. But what I do respect is that she did not say, oh, about you. I can't have an opinion like, oh, I don't think this person is who they are, or I don't believe this fits their character. Like, I'm not allowed to have an opinion about that. And thank you, Janitra, for holding it down for the mods in the chat, even though you're the lone mod. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, you're not allowed to have an opinion. And it's like everybody has to have the same opinion or you guys don't like it. I think that's crazy. And what's even crazier is that people are trying to say, um, you you basically, this is a stain on your character and all this other stuff, and oh, I thought you were better than this and blah. No, I am better. I am. And you know why I'm better? Because I'm allowed to think for myself. This is why I have a platform so I can speak my mind. If I wanted to follow what everybody else do, I would just be a subscriber. Honestly, I wouldn't even be on YouTube. I wasn't really on YouTube before then, but that's a different story. But I would just be a subscriber if I wanted to just, you know, if I wanted to think like everybody else. I would only follow channels where they think just like me. Now, not one time did I say the actual accuser is lying. I did say Tony Buzbee is lying. And I did say the words, I don't believe. I did say those words. Just like the Anna Kane situation. Why are you putting her on trial? Why are you doing this? I have a hard time when someone has tried to destroy another black man and claims that, oh, well, you're Canadian, so you can't experience racism. I have a problem with that. And I never said one time that Anna Kane was not a victim or, doesn't have a legit case. Is there a sound issue? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. I just want to make sure before I continue. Can you guys hear me? What's up, Mary? I see everybody. Token by her. I just want to make sure. Okay, you guys can hear me. Thank you, D. Okay, thank you, Mary. Okay, I see you guys. Okay. Um, but not one time did I ever say that I don't believe Anna. All those things that I brought up, they're going to bring that up in court. And you guys, and honestly, to tell you the truth, um, my audio is going in and out. Okay, maybe it is me. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Let me All right. Oh, refresh the app. Oh, okay. It might be the app. All right. Do I sound better now? I just want to make sure. Do I sound better now? I know a few days ago it was having an issue where it was like replaying over again for some reason. Okay, I'm fine now. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I've never once said Anna Kane was not telling the truth. But I did say, like, this is something that people are going to look into. And what I was calling out actually was that I was under the impression that they wanted to keep this girl's identity from the public because she was scared and all this other stuff, not knowing that she had been harassing her ex husband very publicly. Not just, oh, this is something we don't know. No, no, no. On social media, she's known for dragging her ex husband. So that's what I was bringing up. I was bringing that to show you guys, like, okay, well, I thought she was scared or something going on. I think more or less they wanted to protect her identity because they did not want these things to come out. And once you put these things out, yeah, people are going to dissect and go into it. If you go to anything with Anna Kane in it, like I said, the hockey community and people who follow it, they are dragging this lady. They do not like her. She is not somebody that they like in that community. I don't follow hockey, so I wasn't aware of her. So I was bringing it to you guys' attention. I was never trying to say that she is not a victim, but they are going to have questions about her history. Now, I want to go back to this whole Tony Buzbee thing. As you guys may or may not know, Tony Buzbee was the one who had that case against Deshaun Watson, the football player, where, it was like 22 masseuses and basically they were going to go to court for that. So he was off for a full year because of that. They did not want to play him at all until he resolved that. So what happened with Deshaun Watson is that he ended up settling. He only settled because he wasn't playing. He didn't settle because he was guilty. Basically, his thought process was, let me go ahead and settle these cases because if I don't, I cannot play. And I'm losing money by not playing. So let me settle these cases. So it was more or less like, okay, well, I need to hurry up and settle so I can start playing and get my life back on track. It wasn't because Deshaun Watson was guilty. I know a lot of times when we see settlement, we think guilty, but also money can play a role into this as well too. So that's why I wanted to bring that up. So Tony Buzbee is known for doing these kind of things. Just like he said, he has 120 accusers and he was going to do these lawsuits. Now he's been rolling these lawsuits out very slowly, not just all at one time. A lot of them have been with the Southern District of New York. I don't think Tony Buzbee has filed anything in LA yet. But I know with the Southern District of New York, he has filed. Some of those Jane Does had to be uncovered. He has done a lot of Jane Does in this situation to keep the identity private, which with Jane Does, more than likely that's something to like an extreme case of like, hey, somebody is coming after me or I'm tied into a situation where if I get unmasked if I get unmasked or somebody knows, like it can be detrimental to a certain business or maybe a case that you already have. Like it's like and minors too. It's like under extreme cases where you have a Jane, John Doe, whatnot, right? In this case, even though some of the situations happen when these people were minors, they are adults now. So that's why a lot of these people are being unmasked, as well as, when me and OG Patrice was talking, and I had said this before, like, I do feel like if you're being accused, then the person being accused should know who their accuser is. They can't just fight air. They have to know who the person is. So that's why I wanted to bring that up. And again, I feel like something is in the water or in this culture where you can't question nobody. You have to believe everybody. And I'm not saying that Jay-Z is an innocent man, but in this case, I do not believe that he did the things that he's being accused of. Because why have we not questioned Tony Buzbee not originally putting him in the original filing in October? He wanted to do a mediation with the accuser first. And then now that Jay-Z fought back, filed that lawsuit, which we now know that he was John Doe, he filed that lawsuit and said, yeah, this guy is just trying to extort me. Now that we know that, yeah, Tony Buzbee then refiled on Sunday and was like, putting Jay-Z in here. If you really want true justice, why are we doing a settlement? Or why are we trying to get some kind of settlement with these people? And so it does feel like extortion. And mind you, Jay-Z is just one of the many celebrities. Tony Buzbee has already let us know, like, it's a lot of people involved. It's a lot of people in this. So there's going to be more celebrities named. And at this point, are we just going to name everybody at a Diddy party? This is what I'm afraid of. If you just happen to go to a Diddy party, that means you're guilty. That's what it's looking like. If you go to a Diddy party, you're guilty. It's not, oh, well, maybe some people just went for, to the party and that was it. It's more like, if you went, you're guilty. Yes, this is live. I don't believe that everybody, for example, I don't believe Aretha Franklin was doing X, Y, and Z at the Diddy parties. I don't believe that. No one can convince me that Aretha Franklin was doing X, Y, and Z at a Diddy party. I'm sorry. That's just not something I believe in. Aretha came for her plate and then she left. She sat down, took a couple of pictures, and that was it. But Aretha wasn't at the party and all that. Thank you, See Through You. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, the Obamas. Yeah, so we gonna say the Obamas was there at the free with baby oil just splashing all over him? Like, come on now. That stupid guarantee. There were many parties where it was just a freaking party. So no, everyone. Yeah, exactly, and that's the culture that we're getting into. We're just going to say, okay, anybody there, we're just going to name them. And it's like, oh, wait a minute now. And like I've said before, if it's somebody we know who's actually attached to a Diddy or a Jay-Z or whatnot, right? We can go like, okay, we can safely assume they might have a case. Again, that doesn't mean that the person's guilty or that doesn't mean that the accuser is telling the truth. It's still to be known. We still don't know. So I feel, with that being said, Kanye has a lawsuit against a woman, and they made it clear that she's an OF model, didn't they? I even said that. I was like, oh, she does OF. She's an OF model, OnlyFans. For those of you who don't know, she's an OnlyFans model, blah blah blah. But from what I've been hearing, she's a really smart lady. The only negative thing that they had to say about the woman suing Kanye, the woman who's suing Kanye, who was his assistant, is that she's an OF model. But they haven't said anything about her character, that she's this, she's that. Yeah, she might, look like, a working girl, but I'm not out here calling her a liar. We know that she worked with Kanye. There's other people like Jason Lee and so forth that say, like, yeah, she was a great girl. She was this, she was that. But again, I'm not out here calling her a liar. Thank you, Tony. I heard you just fine, AT2. Exactly. And I would hate for anybody. How do I put this? I would hate for anybody to feel like, dang, AT2, if I come to him with my story, he's going to believe I'm lying. I don't want anybody to feel that way. I will say that. I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, if I tell AT2 anything, he's going to think I'm a liar. I try not to, when people tell me certain things, I try not to take on the emotion. I will say that, but I don't automatically believe that you're lying until you show me that you're lying, right? I take you at your word. These are people that we don't know, you guys. I want to clarify that. Let's be clear. These are people that we don't know. It's different when they are people that we know in our everyday lives and they tell us something. I don't go around calling my friends liars. Like, no, I believe them when they tell me things. But random people, I can't say that I know for a fact. Like, if we go with the lawsuit that has Jay-Z and Diddy in it, the girl was 13. We know that kids will lie about where they went and, oh, I'm staying at a friend's house, blah, blah, blah. We know that. But don't forget, a very important detail is that she gathered her clothes, ran to the gas station, and she called her dad to pick her up. Now, did the dad do a police report? Did the dad do a police report? Or did she not tell her dad? But even though I don't have kids, I have the parent instinct where I know, okay, something is wrong. Something is up. Because she was taken advantage of and she was drugged. The dad should have picked up on something happened. That's where I'm kind of like, hold on now. What's going on? So I do have questions. But I think it's okay to have questions. You heard the dad was threatened. Okay. And see, and not you, Grandma Joy. I'm not mad at you. I don't care if I was threatened. Like, I'm going in there with backup at least. I'm going in there with backup. There is no way that I'm going to let my child, or in this case, if I'm bringing it to me, I'm not going to let my nieces or nephews ever be that, or, I'm not going to let that happen to them. If it did happen, I'm going to handle the situation as well as with their parents as well, too. I'm going to handle the situation. I don't care how scared the dad was. You don't let nobody violate your child. Like, that's what I'm saying, you guys. Like, what? Huh? And that's a horrible fucking parent, too. I'm just going to put that out there. Was she threatened or paid off? That I don't know. Well, obviously she wasn't paid off. No. That one was the one, it was something about a non-disclosure agreement that was signed. That one did have like some kind of non-disclosure agreement. So, and again, they should be able to pull that up. Unless that was just all fake or something, And I see somebody put it in the chat, but the run into the gas station, because if this was a White House, it was a White House somewhere in, like, what gas stations are in affluent areas like that? This couldn't be a regular suburb. Like, this had to have been some kind of mansion or some kind of big estate. You're not going to be running in the middle of nowhere trying to find it's a lot of things that are not making sense. That's what I don't get. Taken by her. I'm figuring what they're trying to say is that the girl, they did, she must have lied about her age. I'm thinking. Now, I don't remember that per se. I'll have to pull up the lawsuit, but I'm thinking that they're saying that they didn't know her age. But the whole gas station thing, I'm like, that's not in those kind of neighborhoods like that. There was no house to run to first. Right. Right. And I know that sometimes teenagers can look older. We know that. Sometimes teenagers can look older. So I don't even want to throw that in there like a 13-year-old. Like sometimes teenagers do look older than what they appear. And sometimes they're like, whoa, you kind of big to be, that, we talk about that. So I don't want to throw that in there because that was one of the questions too. I was like, I know what a 13-year-old looked like. And 13, sometimes kids look like kids, and then sometimes kids can look like adults. And we know for, as they say, when black kids turn 12, they looked at as adults in the eyes of the police. We know that, right? Oh, wait, I'm talking about race. Oh my God, I'm talking about race. Also, I want to say this too. There was a content creator in my comment section, and they were talking about my character and how, oh my God, I can't believe you don't believe this and all this other stuff. Fuck you. I want to make that clear. Fuck you. One thing, when you have access to me and you can like message me on Instagram or something like that, that's fine. Even if you would have did a video on your own channel, I would be fine with that. But how dare you go in my comment section, comment, then go under other people's comments that are not favorable to me and go in there and go under their comment and say something. I don't like that. Because I would not come to your channel and disrespect you like that or try to rally behind people. Now, if you did a video and say, hey, I don't like what AT2 said, blah, 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 I'm totally cool with that. But you trying to slander my character, I don't like that at all. Do not do that. And I left their comments up so y'all can do research and figure out who it is. But don't do that to me. Don't get in my comment section and try to slander my character and talk about, oh, yeah, I'm disappointed because you don't do that. Listen, you don't even know these people. Did the case go to court yet? No, it did not. So you don't know, just like I don't know. But I'm allowed to have an opinion. We're in this culture where we hate celebrities so much, we just want something bad to happen to them. We hate celebrities so much, we just want them to be guilty of something. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Like, we can't use common sense no more. We can't go, let me think about this first before I say this or that. Like, we just have to basically believe everybody. That is dangerous if we just believe everybody. That's very dangerous. We have to be able to, and here's the thing. If I say the same thing that everybody else says, you might as well just listen to the other person instead of listening to me. And typically, if I can't add my own perspective or something new to it, I will not comment on it. If I can't add a different perspective or add something new to it, I'll just keep my mouth shut because the other person already said it. Why would I go back and say the same thing they're saying? That's just that. It's just on repeat. You know, that's just a repeat. But if I have a difference of opinion or I can add a different perspective to the situation, then yeah, I'm going to comment on it and I'm going to have an opinion. So basically, if we don't think that Diddy is guilty of everything, do I think Diddy is guilty? Yes, of course. But is he guilty of this? No. Because let's be honest, the same people that are mad at me for questioning, validity of situations and people's stories are the same people who believe Lamisha Fuller. And we all know how that turned out. So, the people who say Lamisha is a liar, don't say she a liar. Believe her, because she just came forward and said that she was a victim. She just came forward and say that she's a victim, even though we've caught her in many of lies and quoting movies. We should all believe her, right? And thank you, Melanie, for telling people to hit that like button. We should believe Lamisha at this point. I become very disillusioned of most. Yeah. hmm As far as I know, everyone's a liar. Right? Again, honestly, when y'all look at it, it don't matter what I say because it's going to go through the courts. Right? So the courts are going to look at this and make the determination. It does not matter if I think something is right or wrong. The courts are going to look at this situation. But I believe that instead of looking at these claims as a whole, we need to look at them case by case. The person that claimed the after party was at some home when it was at a nightclub, and Diddy left the party early after fighting with J-Lo, allegedly. Oh, and you know what? I did not look it up, but I was wondering, did Diddy or Jay-Z go to that one? What year was that in? I'll look it up later because I don't want to distract the show. But we have to know which year. They're gonna have to do a timeline and figure out like if it actually makes sense. We got to figure that out. I would have believed her more. She said she was at a table read for Blink 12. She's talking about Lamisha, by the way, you got. Excuse me. Right. 2000. Okay. Look it up. They have, Lotus in New York. Now, I feel like what they're going to say, now that you guys told me that, I feel like what they're going to say, first of all, where is Melanie Jones? Aren't you from New York? Why are you not helping us prove this goddamn case? I'll just shout out to Melanie Jones. But anyway, so I feel like what they're going to say then is that, yeah, there was an after party, and that's what she went to. Then they're probably going to ask her, well, what time around did you go to this house party? Do you remember what time? Like, there's going to be a lot of questions. And yes, can a victim can a victim know every single detail? No, and especially when it happened years ago. A victim is not going to be able to believe every detail. However, there is something that you would know. You would be able to know something. And I still question that the thing about her dad. I want to know, what was the dad's opinion? What did the dad say? Will the dad testify? We got to know that. We got to know that. Jay-Z, Diddy, J-Lo were at Eminem's after party. J-Lo and Diddy left together to go to the after party. Okay, thank you, make sense. Okay. So we are going to assume that the girl went to the after party. That's what I was saying. I was like, okay, well, maybe they could say she went to The party. Don't give me the line. I was in the. You still would have been too young, by the way. So yeah, you wouldn't have known. Yeah, you wouldn't have known. You still would have been too young. Do you get more pretty by the? Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, do I get more pretty? Oh, maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, going back to my point. Um, Again, Tony Buzbee originally filed in October. Then he came back and now put Jay-Z in it. But he was trying to mediate with it. And here's the thing too, as I understand, Jay-Z isn't the only one that he sent letters to, and we're talking about demand letters and all that. And I know it's kind of fishy with demand letters because people are responding back, like for example, TD Jakes, that this is extortion. This is not demand letters. This is extortion. So a demand letter is legal. That happens all the time. You send a demand letter and you say, blah blah blah. If basically how you want to settle this. You either want to go to court or you want to give me some money. How you want to do it. Yeah, that's the thing. The parent. And I hate to throw the dad under the bus, but I gotta throw the dad because what did the dad do? And that's the part where I'm all like, okay, I'm gonna have to pull up that suit and really go through it to know what the dad did. Because I just vaguely remember it. But what did the dad do in that case? Or did the girl keep it a secret and not tell the dad? But even then, what I was saying was that your parental instinct would have picked up like, hey, something is wrong. Something's like, you okay? What's wrong with you? It's like your spidey senses. Shout out to Margot, by the way. It's like your spidey senses just kick in. You just have that inkling. How many of you guys are parents? Put a one in the chat if you guys are parents. Put a one in the chat if you guys are parents out there. And I guess for me, I'll have to look at because I really didn't. Well, I wasn't really on YouTube when the Bill Cosby thing was going. No, I think I was. I just didn't cover it. But I was wondering with the Bill Cosby situation, how were they able to prove some of the? Because some of the things that happened, those were years ago. So how were they able to prove that? And so when it comes to a lot of these cases, it's stuff that happened years ago. So I'm wondering, okay, what do they have? Like when Donald Trump. When how Carol Jean or Jean Carroll, is that what her name? I forgot the woman's name, but she was able to keep the dress that she had, and so there's certain things that she kept. So I'm wondering with some of these people, have they been able to keep certain items that they wore that night, like, or basically it's just going to be their word versus the other, like. I don't know. I believe you have to have more than pictures. Unless it was pictures of like the act, but who's going to have that? But there has to be like some kind of pictures or something like that. And technology wasn't as advanced, so where you can, snap a quick picture or something like that. This situation happened in 2000, early. Yeah. 2000, right? Like actual 2000, not just early 2000, but 2000. I see somebody brought up Desiree Perez, but I'm not sure why. The parents won't be held accountable for their lack of action. Yeah, and I said the last show, I was all like, the parents with the R. Kelly situation, I was all like, yeah, some of them need to be looked at too. Now, I'm not saying all, but some of them, like, oh, well, yeah, he can help you get into. Nah. That I'm not cool with. And also, too, let me be factual as well with the Robert Sylvester Kelly situation. it wasn't, all the girls weren't underage. Like, for example, some of the Jane Does or Victim 1, Victim 2, like one of those people was Aaliyah, but it did not say Aaliyah's name in it, but you knew because it said they had got married and yeah, all that stuff. Oh, you believe that J Lo? Ah, okay. You believe that J Lo will be named as the woman? Yeah. And like OG Patrice was saying, like it'll be in the discovery who the woman is. Again, we don't know. We'll find out who that woman is. But I was thinking, wouldn't you sue that woman too as well? I wonder, has the woman uh, did Tony Buzbee send the woman a demand letter? And so later on, J Lo is going to be named if J Lo doesn't settle with the victim. Like, because this kind of is what happened with Jay-Z. Jay-Z refused to settle and he sued. And so then that's what happened. Oh, so Jay-Z had a typo in his statement, right? And he put physics. He actually didn't mean physics. Because I looked at it again and I was like, what does he mean by physics? Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. Hold on, let me read that part. Where's the statement? Mm, is it in here? Where he it's the part where he talks about conspiracy theorists and okay, here we go, here we go. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists and fake psychics. He put physics, but he meant psychics. Yeah, psychics. Yeah. So yeah, he put that because he put PH instead of PSYC. Y'all know how to spell it. Yeah, but he put physics, and so I read it physics, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why physics? Are we talking about science? Yeah, he meant. Yo, that was definitely about slow. Yo, that was definitely about her. Cause her reading, she be picking up on the black people. She know, yeah, whenever it's a black person, her senses be kicking in. But I'll leave that alone. Hold on, let me turn on my camera real quick. Oh, yo. I know I'm going to hell for that, but I don't care. I do not care. Make it make sense that Beyonce wrote that. Don't be talking about Queen Bey. Y'all off the hook right now. Oh shit. Her shit, her spider, when the melanin kick in, her spider senses kick in. All of a sudden she know everything, but I'll leave that alone. See, that's why I'll be always getting dragged and shit like that. But I mean, y'all come to me for the truth. Y'all be wanting me to lie and shit. I can't lie no more, y'all. Shit. Damn. I'm turning old this year on the 19th, by the way. December 19th, don't forget my birthday. But yeah, I'm turning old, so shit. I just be speaking my mind. And, you know, but on a serious note, for me, the reason why I have pause about believing this situation is because it just seemed like Tony Buzbee wanted to be in the know. He wanted to be wrapped up in this because this is a hot ticket. This will get you known. Now, Tony Buzbee was already a lawyer. People knew him, but we didn't really know him. Unless you knew about the Deshaun Watson case, he wasn't really in the know. But now, I'm all like, okay, I believe that a lot of lawyers want to attach themselves. Do I believe all lawyers want to attach themselves to Diddy just because? No. But there's certain people who like to do press conferences and all this stuff. The Lisa Bloom. What's her mama name? Gloria Allred? Yeah, Lisa Bloom, Gloria Allred, Tony Buzbee. Tyrone Blackburn hasn't done any, but Tyrone Blackburn, I just question everything that he does automatically. But he did go on that one show. What was that one talk show, you guys? It had not Lonnie B, Lonnie Love, uh, the Cheetah Girl, Jeannie Mai, the real. That's what it was talking. You know what? I should sue them because I've been saying my show is called Talk the Real Deal with AT2. I should sue them, but I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. But he was on that show with Jennifer Huff. He was on that show. But a lot of times when Queen Bee is illiterate, you wrong, Ariel. But when they do these kind of things and it's all about the attention and yeah, you can use the media to sway people's opinion. I get it, but it's kind of like that new media stuff. Like, yeah, go on social media, talk to people, do this, do that. And it's all like you're going to incriminate yourself when you say certain things. Which I think it's smart to have your lawyer next to you when you're talking and when you're speaking. But even then, like, wait until it goes through the process. Wait until it goes to court. Just like the situation with TD Jakes and the Dwayne Youngblood situation. I'm all like, you're doing a demand letter. And mind you, Tyrone Blackburn is the lawyer for that. You're doing a demand letter and threatening to sue for $6 million, but yet according to Dwayne, nothing actually happened. Nothing happened. Now you were, propositioned, but nothing happened. So how are you suing when nothing has happened? And this lawyer is telling you that you have a case, but yeah. And again, we don't know what they were going to file. I have not seen the demand letter to see what it said in there, but I have questions. And again, my main point of this show, you guys, is I think it's okay to have questions. It's okay. Rain, you're right. He's doing a great. His name is buzzing. His name is buzzing. And I hate to say it, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's what he wanted. He wanted his name to be out there and buzzing. It's a shakedown for the low hanging fruit. Oof. Sometimes it appears that way. Definitely. And like I said, when it comes to Diddy and Jay-Z, but let's just say Jay-Z, for example, when it comes to his shady business practices, screwing Dame Dash over, like when it comes to that, and I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. When it comes to that, we can definitely question it. The NFL deal, how he's a part of the entertainment, I forgot what his actual title is, but it was found that, he screwed over Jermaine Dupri. And also, like I said before, they wouldn't even have reached out to him for that job if it wasn't because of the whole Black Lives Matter and Kaepernick, who really kicked it off with the NFL. With the NFL again, let me clarify. With the NFL when, he took a knee. So when you put that in there, I feel like that's disingenuous. Like, there's a history of things that you can put together. Just like, for example, Dame Dash was all like, why are you going on tour with this guy? Talking about Robert Sylvester Kelly. Why are you going on tour with him? And you know the things that he did to Aaliyah. Aaliyah is my girl. Why would you do? Why, he didn't support it. He didn't like it. But Jay-Z was all like, I'm still going on tour. There's like an old school clip of like Jay-Z basically just saying, in short, he's saying it is what it is, and he's still going on tour with R. Kelly. That's the way he basically said, because he was interviewed and asked about it. You know, oh, different wings of the. I, you know what? Their whole room is probably like a different wing. Like the whole their master bedroom is probably like one of the many floors they have in that place. So he's on one end and she on the other end, but they in the same room because they got kids. They can't, they got to keep it up for the kids. But the room probably so big where they can have their own space. That's what I'm thinking. No, I do feel bad because when he said like he has to sit his children down, which one of them are old enough to know, and explain these things because they know friends are going to ask, about the rumors and things like that, and they have to explain this to their daughter. And we all know they're talking about Blue. And I did not see the Renaissance movie. I did go to the tour, which all the YouTubers copied when I went to the tour. But anyway, we can talk about that later. But in the movie, I know there was a part where Beyonce said that Blue, one of her friends was able to tell her like what people were saying online, and then that's when Blue wanted to come back and improve and dance because was originally supposed to be like a one-off, but she wanted to prove a point like, yeah, I'm gonna get better, and and I'm gonna show you guys, and that's what she did. So yeah, we know that there's people that talk and say things. So I do feel bad in that sense. But again, I will always say if Jay-Z needs to go down and there's something that he actually did that's concrete, I'm for it. Just like when the Diddy and Cassie situation went down. We know that Cassie was around Diddy for 11 years. We know that's concrete right there. And then come to find out, they leaked the video. When everybody thought Diddy was innocent, they leaked the video. And then we seen how he drugged her and did all those things. Like, oh, okay, well, she's telling the truth. She's not lying. She's telling the truth. You know? We seen that. So again, when it's somebody that we can put a name on and we can attach to it, I have no problem with saying like, okay, well, we're going to support this person. But when it's these lawyers, I'm just like, all right, here we go. And I feel bad for it because possibly the accusers could be telling the truth, you guys. But just knowing it all started in 2021. I believe now. I still think Ti and Tiny are freaks. Don't get me wrong, but did they do anything illegal? I don't know. However, Tyrone Blackburn had us believing that it was all these people and they were going down and all this other stuff. The only person that he ended up filing a lawsuit with was Sabrina Peterson. Remember? And with Sabrina Peterson, she lost. I think they're still in litigation, but she lost one of the cases and has to pay them over 100K. She has to pay them money. And remember, she was the plaintiff, not the defendant. And Sabrina has to pay, even though she claimed that T.I. had a pow pow and threatened to, murk them. Hopefully I said that the best way I could. But, so I'm like, y'all, are these people looking at these people and making sure? I would go with Tony Buzbee before I go with Tyrone Blackburn. I'm just going to say that. Definitely. I'm gonna go one step further. Y'all gonna hate me even more. When it comes to Little Rod, I do believe that Little Rod is owed money. We know Diddy has a history of not paying people, right? Boom. We know that. He has a history of not paying people. So I believe that. And remember, Little Rod was trying to find somebody originally and a lawyer because he had a GoFundMe or whatever, right? He had a GoFundMe and he was trying to find a lawyer. I believe Tyrone Blackburn found him, right? And was all like, "Oh, you need a lawyer? Let me help you out." And so what ended up happening was that Tyrone Blackburn was like, "Okay, tell me your story. Tell me your story. Okay, what's going on?" And so basically, Tyrone Blackburn took a little bit of Little Rod's story about being screwed over and not being paid for the songs that he did, and then looked at Cassie's lawsuit, took a lot of the information from Cassie lawsuit and then made it Little Rod's story. Because originally, if you go to Little Rod's original videos that he was coming out speaking against Diddy, it was just about the money. Then when Tyrone Blackburn got involved, all of a sudden turned into this sexual freak off shit. Which before, Little Rod did not say that. And I'll have to go back and play like one of my old videos. But originally, Tyrone Blackburn was just saying, like, this man owes me money for songs that I did. It wasn't until Tyrone Blackburn became his lawyer and got involved and then added all the extra stuff. It was about money. It was never anything sexual. So me and damn, it's another thing too because originally I was like innocent, like you guys, right? Where I could just take the information for what it was and boom, that was it. But now, because I'm a content creator, I can't just take the information and just believe it. I have to take the information, look at history, look at other things that happen, look at all the characters, and then draw a conclusion. So that's why I wanted to explain that to you guys. Like, it's not that I just want to call people liars. No, I have to look at information in history. History does repeat itself, right? We've seen that. History repeats itself. I always say, like, hey, I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm willing to say that. Say if this case goes through, this one with Jay-Z and Diddy, it goes through, and then they're found liable because it's a civil case, so it'd be liable. They're found liable. Okay. I will come on my channel and be like, hey, you guys, I got this one wrong. Tony Buzbee is a great guy. I'm not going to say that, but, I'm going to say the victim got justice. You know, I seen Mim say something about unmasking. Hold on. Jay-Z's attorneys are going to get that girl unmasked quick if they can't do it legally. They are unleashed agents of chaos. Ooh. And Tony, I didn't read Tony Buzbee's statement, you guys. Sorry. Oh, team. Okay, we got Team Buzbee up in here. Oh, okay, coolly. Team Buzbee. Again, we respect each other. We got difference of opinion, but we respect each other. Okay. Let me get Tony Buzbee's statement real quick, you guys. Okay, so Tony Buzbee said, regarding the Jay-Z case and his efforts to silence my clients, Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. So I guess he's saying Jay-Z was lying about that. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim and that the victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she only sought a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and his plaintiff and me and this plaintiff, sorry. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing. Okay, all that. One thing that I found interesting is that he's claiming that it was going to be a confidential mediation. But if you don't plan on suing me, why would you list me in there? Because you could have just said co-conspirator, right? With the southern accent. Did I read it with a southern accent? You could have just listed him as a co-conspirator or something like that. Like, you didn't have to use his name or reach out to him. Like, again, I know y'all team Tony Buzbee, but F him. Like, why did he send a demand letter? What was that for? Can I Google that real quick? I wonder, what do you send a demand letter for? Now, it could be, okay, I'm going to you need to shut this down, or, well, that would be a cease and desist. A demand letter is typically sent when you want to formally request that someone take a specific action to resolve a dispute, such as paying a debt, fulfilling a contract obligation, or correcting a wrong before resorting to legal action. It essentially serves as a final attempt to reach a resolution outside of court. So, what would you have requested? Because he's not fulfilling a contract obligation, or what would be, or correcting a wrong. So, did you want an apology? Is that what it was? But why would you need mediation? Mediation for what? I can tell you directly, I don't know this woman. I don't know her. Like Mariah Carey, I don't know her. I don't know this woman. I wasn't there. That's not me that you're talking about. So what would that letter be for? Right. They're standard, right? But what would I just wanted a confidential mediation. Like what did the mediate what were you mediating? That has to be clear. Because for me, the only reason why you would send a demand letter is because you plan on suing. That's the only reason why you would send one. You wouldn't just send it. And like I said, I wonder if the female, which I think one person said Mary J. Blige and another person said J Lo. I wonder where they sent anything, or did they pay? Or did they pay? So hey, don't mention my name in here. I'll pay you a little something, something. Extortion, right? Put that in your name. It wasn't me. Racism. Wait, what? Lawyers are always about the money. They don't really care about justice for their clients. Yeah, that's why I'm all like, okay, well, what? You're claiming that you just want a confidential mediation, but for what? Tony? Tony? What you need a confidential? You don't need to talk to me. That's like somebody sending me something like, oh, I just want a demand letter, and like, I just want a confidential mediation with you. For what? I don't know you, and I don't know the situation. What you need a confidential mediation for? That means you want money. Yo, Mary, you think it's Ellen DeGeneres? Not Ellen. Oh Lord, they got Ellen. These are questions. And again, I know some people are gonna come and comment after and be like, "Oh, so you're trying to say he's trying to extort?" Yes, that's what I am saying. Yes, yes, I am saying that because I have to question that. What would be your point of reaching out if you didn't want money? Could be a lead. No, no, Leah. Oh no, no. No, you know it's not Eva Longoria. Well, hell, I don't know. It could be. It could be Eva. Why would I say it's not Eva Longoria? It could be. You're right. You're right. Let me ask you guys. Let me get your thoughts because again, if the people in the comment section who watch the replay gonna beat me up, I want them to beat y'all up too. Let me know in the chat right now. Do you believe Tony Buzbee sent that letter for money or he just wanted a conversation? 30 seconds. Veronica, that's a good one. That's a good one. I've never thought about that. Okay, a conversation to make Jay-Z testify as a witness. But then, what if he said, "Oh, I don't know who this woman is, or I wasn't there." You know, what if he would have said that? Then what happens next? You know, Jay's 100th problem. Yeah, that definitely. And again, I don't know if these clients are paying, but the way that they're taking on these cases, I'm just assuming that they're pro bono, or when you get the settlement, whatever the settlement is, we'll split the pro. You know, that's what I'm more or less thinking. Unless all these people that he's filing cases for have money like that and can just shell out money for him to go back and forth. But again, like I told you guys, Diddy, the federal case, that's coming first. All these other things are secondary. But the federal case, yeah, that's going down first. And that's on Cat Williams. Yeah. I think the woman is Jaguar. No, no. Y'all better not get me in trouble. Y'all know Jag will pop up in a minute. And they're like, you think I'm this and that? Y'all are crazy. Okay, I see some of y'all had said like y'all feel like Jay-Z was shaken up and that's why he put out a statement. I see, I'm the opposite. I don't feel like Jay-Z is wrong for putting out a statement. If someone is accusing you of doing something to a 13-year-old, it's going to piss you off. It's going to piss you off. And you're going to be upset because well, first of all, being accused, one, but a 13-year-old? So now you're trying to say I'm a, you know what? The last video got demonetized, so I got to be careful with the words. You're saying I'm a you know what. That's what you're saying. So, yeah, he has to come out and say something. Jaguars probably Kurt Rockin. I'm surprised he has not thrown up a video yet. So, expect that to come. Yeah. But for me, you guys, I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer. But for me, again, like I said, Jay-Z has done some shady things in the past, but I don't believe that this is the one that's going to take him down. I don't believe it. Again, I can't say that he's innocent of everything, but this might not be the one where we think like, oh yeah, for a fact, we know that this is going to take him down. And now this could be a trickle down effect where it's more and more and more. You know, that definitely could happen, but I don't think this is the one where like, oh yeah, he gonna hurry. You know, this is not going. This case, at least, is not going to lead to a federal indictment like it did for Diddy. I don't believe that because again, I still have that question: is the feds picking up some of these cases? Are the feds, and talking about Diddy now, are the feds picking up some of these cases, or do they not believe it either? Or, you know, do they have like, I don't know if they're reliable? And remember, a lot of these are put under Jane Doe, so do they know for a fact if they can? Yeah. It's a lot of questions, and I feel like we're not going to get any clarity until it's over, unfortunately. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody's opinion, and thank you. Nobody cussed me out in this chat. It's just the other shows, but in this chat. And again, I want to get to a place where we can ask questions, and it's okay. And also, happy birthday to Couture Bay as well, too. Everybody wish her a happy birthday. I made a community post about it. But happy birthday, Couture Bay. We love you. Deuces, everybody.